All right. How's it going, YouTube? This is Ranger Squid coming at you with the Pokemon Yellow Butterfree TAS version 2/3, because version 1 was never fully finished and version 2 was officially completed, but it was an updated version of version 1. So, anyways, we're going to get started with watching the Butterfree TAS and we have a timer here as well. So that is going to be our way of understanding how fast, in a sense, this run is, and or how slow it is. So once we click new game, I'm going to compare it to the yellow glitchless, and it's compared to the current world record. Obviously, it's going to be slower than that because the final time is not as fast as it, but let's see how it goes. Anyway, let's get started. So, credit to TI Kevin 83, Casual Poke Player, good job Mr. 2%, Snorms, Switch 2795, Consair, everybody who helped me. And of course, I completely missed the beginning of the run. Or the one to click new game. So once they click new game, I will start it. Alright, so, long story short, this has been a project in the making for just under a year. Version 2 took about, I would say 7 months overall. Oh, I see what the problem is. It's gonna keep going. That's why. Okay. So, anyway. This... Yes, you did, Mr. 2. So, here in this section, you get a manipulated Pikachu that has very good special that allows you to easily almost two-shot a Pidgeotto coming up in the Viridian Forest, and also allows us to die to Eevee very quickly in the rival fight upcoming. But as I was saying, version 2 took about 7 months. This version took only about 2.5, 3 months. I would say about 3 or 4 weeks of it was spent just Gen 1 miss hunting. And so I would count it as 2 months. A lot of it was just improvements to what I was already doing, and it was very simple for me to do once I realized what I was doing, since half the tasks I did a while back, then improved that half, and so I was used to just updating what I had done. Basically, I got more practice as I was doing tassing. And so we don't nickname Pikachu here because we barely use it. And it's useless for how few times we actually use it. So here, the fastest way to lose is getting Growlfail into Tackle. I believe it's a 139 crit. Growlfail into Tackle 139 crit. And that kills us in 2 turns. And I don't believe there's a way to easily guarantee a 2-shot on Eevee. And also, I believe Tackle is a faster animation than Thundershock is, with animations off. And so, we're off. So here, all of this beginning part, up until we go to the shop for Pokeballs, has been manipulated by TI Kevin 83. He was the original creator of the yellow 90% glitchless TAS. I stole from him because he allowed it, and also it's an easy way to get started without having to worry about optimizing the beginning even more, or trying to optimize it and losing 100 frames because I screwed up in multiple areas. I could save time. So it's easier just to take from the best and make it from there. So here, we're just going back to the lab because we need to. And yeah, doesn't get started really until we get to the forest, and there we get some fun. Let me look at my notes, because I forget what I... Yep. So now, also, if you're listening with headphones, you are now currently hating your right ear, because your right ear hears 75% of the noises, while your left ear only hears 25% of them. And so also talking from the back of Oak allows us to save a few text box or a few tiles for the rival to walk to and from. So right now, so if you normally talk to him from the front, he has to walk 2 full tiles just to go back. But in this situation, he only has to walk 2 tiles back, or 2 less tiles. It's much faster. If you did it from the side like an RTA does, it's 1 less tile. But to do it optimally, you have to do it from the back. So here, we're still manipulating that we don't have encounters, which is wonderful. I don't believe we have many A presses in this beginning section. We have that one little section there, but that's it. So now, from here, this next part was also created by TI Kevin 83 for a little bit, because he created the Caterpie bot. So we bought 3 Pokeballs. We need 1 for Pidgey, we need 1 for Paris, and we need 1 for Caterpie. Those are the 3. So here, unfortunately, we do have to do the Pokeball tutorial, which isn't that interesting in any way possible. Also, it's completely impossible for this guy to miss this Rattata in any way, or to have it shake in a certain way. If I remember correctly from Shenanigans saying that, it's like it cannot shake more this like 3 times like that. So that's a completely illegal possible catch, or any way of attempt of catching. So here, this whole next part from, I believe it's right about here, is manipulated for catching the Caterpie. So all of this is being manipulated right now, and we are currently on our way to getting A, and we find the encounter. We get a level 6 Caterpie, which has the stats of, if I remember correctly, let me look while I can. I don't remember. I believe it's 15, 14, 15, 15. And so here, you also manipulate the area to give you a level 9 Pidgeotto. And here, what you do is you have it fail Sand Attack. You hit it for Thunder Shock once. Then Sand Attack fail again. Hit it for Thunder Shock again. Hit it to 3 HP. Have it kill Pikachu with Gust, because it's neutral in this generation. Send out your Caterpie. You get Gust to bring you down to 2 HP. You kill it with, I believe, a 1 in 39 tackle hit. You get to level 7. You evolve into a Metapod, or, as many people call it, Metagod. And so we learn Harden, which is useless. So here, we have to face this trainer. And now this whole next section is mostly done by Kevin, because he saved me a lot of frames in my version 1 of it. But it's still, the ideas were mine. And so here, let me look at what my notes said, because I remember Alright, so So it's max crit tackles 3 times, and then crit tackle for 5 or 6 damage, and it's a tackle times 1 normally afterwards, while also having it hit you once. Against Metapod, you tackle times 5 max crit rolls, while also having String Shot fail, and having to find these 1 out of 39 crits, which are also extremely low chance, because the chance of Metapod critting is, I believe, less than 5%. So you have a 5% chance of finding a crit, and then you need a 1 out of 39 chance of finding that crit. So the odds of that are extremely, extremely low. You get to level 8 here. Then you go up, and here is another spot where you are also having to bot, because we need a Pidgey. Here, we find a Pidgey, we YOLO ball it, we get it, of course. This whole section is really tiring. This section was exhausting. And then this fight, I believe, is just 5 max roll tackles. It says max crit tackle times 5 against the Caterpie. Okay. So, in the next section... oh, thank you, Poi. Appreciate it. So in the next section, we have to face against the Lightyear Trainer. And if you want a specific... hold on one second. In programming, is it? Lightyear. Alright, so the Lightyear guy, I will explain exactly what you need for it, because it's a funny little section. So the crits for Metapod are 15 out of 256 due to Metapod's base speed. So, the Lightyear Trainer, before I go into it, it requires 9 Gen 1 misses, 5 1 in 39 crits, 2 1 in 39 crits, and 3 normal crits just to finish with optimal turns. And the crits are 15 out of 256 due to Metapod's base speed. You also have to win a speed tie on the last turn. That is all for this fight to actually be relevantly finished with optimization. I will never in my life change this fight. Never in my life will I go back to this fight. Maybe there's a faster way. I don't care. Gen 1 misses were a nightmare. I had Kevin help me with the second half of this because it took so long. The Diglett was fine. I figured out the Diglett quickly. But then the Sandshrew was the bane of my existence for months. I would rage quit. I would just have no motivation to work on this. It was painful. This part's the worst because that's a crit. Like, these are, like, they look so little, and they're crits. I believe it was 5 damage per crit. It's so little damage. The best part is, after I finished this fight the first time, I got through Brock and all of Route 3 in the next section done in 25 minutes because of how quick it was, because you have a Butterfree and you have Confusion. So, now, we have officially beaten the Junior Trainer. And we evolve into Butterfree, our main Pokemon for the rest of this game. Exactly. And thank you, Mr. 2. Alright, so now... So because we spent so much time on getting optional trainers and having to get all those extra turns, in comparison to the Yellow TAS, we are extremely behind. But compared to the world record, we are actually 5k points for no reset run. And also, I will split when we can. So we're currently like 2 minutes and 40 seconds faster than the expected, or than the world record. And of course, we are not going to be faster than the world record in the end. That's just a small spoiler for in general. But for right now, we're ahead. Just, I think I know exactly where I lose all my time. Also, I think I might have to get rid of that one because my mom doesn't want to stream with me. So she said she didn't want to stream with me, unfortunately. So here is one of the most boring sections of the Route 3, or is Route 3. A lot of this is just spam confusion and get some good lucky rolls. However, in the rework of this, there were time saves in each of the fights starting from this youngster. And I found more optimal patterns. This whole section, we saved 218 frames by the end of Mount Moon. So we saved about roughly 3 1/3 seconds just from a better section in general and optimizing these fights. And that's just because of movement and because of finding more optimal crits or ranges on earlier frames, so on and so forth, which is really wonderful to find. It's weird only hearing the left ear because I'm trying to listen for the right ear. So here, also, I believe we needed a specific tackle range so that we could get a 5 damage hit from Rattaz so that we would stay in red bar for all of Mount Moon as well, because we level up so much, and we would have lost red bar, I believe, by the end of the whole section had we not gotten hit there. So that was another optimization that I think I found in this new version. And then we get some really cool stuff in the next few sections because we changed up a lot of the early game, some of the early game, so that it was better in the end. And I personally think that it worked out really well. Also, I'm gonna put on a sweatshirt, so give me 1 second. Oh, also, all the powder moves absolutely suck to have to be learning. So learning them every single level sucks. Polo percent 20. Yeah, so every level we're learning a powder move or a hey Ed Bob, how you doing? So yeah, and then here we go through the grass. We don't have to worry about encounters because we're gods and we don't need to worry about it. Then just gonna time us for so now we're just under 4 minutes ahead of the world record, mainly because they don't need to get a and also in here in the previous version we also picked up the rare candy here, but I found out that The rare candy is kind of useless. And so we just ignore it. And in red and blue, you would normally pick up the escape rope. You don't need that either. So here, we can just go straight to the ladder. You don't have to worry about anything. Here, you just go straight to the end, which is not bad. So yeah, this whole section, you save a significant amount of time. Also, for the majority of this route, you do follow the any % route up until you get outside of Rock Tunnel, aka the end of what's it called, HMO2. Once you get to HMO2, then it changes everything, or the Pokeflute, sorry, because the splits listed are going to be different than what the any % route does, and it's just different gym leaders and when they do them. So those times are going to look really weird compared to the world record. Also, we just have Screech fails here. It's nothing interesting. And I believe this is just a one-shot, if I'm not mistaken. And this is our last confusion, if I'm not mistaken, either. And we also get level 15, we get Sleep Powder. We're not going to use it because we don't need sleep. We can manipulate everything in the world. Also, I found out that the Dome Fossil is about a couple hundred frames slower than the Helix Fossil. I tested it out when I got here in my reroute, and it's much slower. And now we face Jesse and James. Yeah, I know. Sleep Powder is really good. Poi, I would manipulate everyone some happiness if I could. Also, we get hit down to 1 HP because I ain't gonna lie, I don't think we need to. Do we level out of it for a second? Wait, what? Oh, is it because we... Oh, the jingle. I think that's specifically because of the jingle. If anywhere, that it would be a time save of a couple frames. Because we would miss tackle instead. But you would have to find everything else again. Oh. Yeah, we're a bit ahead of the whole time itself. Yeah, so I think getting hit there was required because I would have been at a red bar at the very end of the fight. Even though here, we go to the center. Also, that guy right there straight up blocked me in so many ways, so I had to change my pathing and delay a few inputs. Delay a few movement inputs when I got out of Moon. Because the guy straight up blocked me hard. Also, Pikachu having one of the longest cries in the effing world when it comes to putting in the box. Also, Swag PC. We Swag PC everything. Just letting you know. And that guy also was a douche. We also skipped this rare candy here too. We don't get it either. We don't need it. Now, we teach Bide. Because Bide is a good move. Get rid of our Harden. Yep, Harden. Also, I hope the volume is good on both ends. Yes, so that was one of the biggest changes that we made. So first of all, we don't need Bubble Beam. We don't use Bubble Beam. We can't learn it. Number two, I figured out that we can get really easy red bar from Spearow. So we get hit down all the way to 1 HP. We get 2-turn Bide. And we keep red bar for all of the section till Bill. And then we go to the center. We Bide on Misty, saving us a significant amount of time. because we need the center anyway after Bill, and so we might as well have red bar for all of the next huge section of trainers before Misty, get red bar again, go all the way to Surge without healing. Sorry, go all the way to Surge, heal, and then we'll go there when we get there. But this fight was very, very simple to save time on. And goodbye, Bravo. Alright. Now we get the Gauntlet of Boring Trainers. So it was originally you bide on Misty, and then you go to the rival and you keep red bar for the whole section, but after you go to Bill's house, you have to center because you're out of power points. And so it resulted in what's it called? It resulted in having full HP, which then you would have to get from the Drowsy, and that just takes a while. Especially because we can just make it a lot faster. But yeah. It was a lot of... I didn't realize at the time how slow it was, but now I realize how slow it was. We also skipped the Elixir Hiker, which normally we get. But because of these new level changes, we don't actually need the Elixir later on. We don't generally need it. The Elixir Hiker also wasted a significant amount of time. I believe it was about like 2,000 frames, if I'm not mistaken. If you want specifics. So, also, without picking up the candy in Mount Moon, we saved 967 frames in Mount Moon alone from the steps and picking it up. And for all of the Route 25 and Cerulean City, to the very end of it, we save 5,032 frames. I didn't think it was that super, Mr. Poi. So we save a significant amount of frames just from rerouting the movement by, instead of just having to walk to Cerulean. Hold on one second. Alright, sorry about that. Lisa, just close the door. So there's a lot of time save in just the movement itself. Also, getting hit to 1 HP here is beneficial so that we keep red bar. Basically, anytime that we were at like 7 or 8 HP, we would just keep getting hit. We are almost getting close to the end of Nugget Bridge. Honestly, I cannot wait until we get to Celadon City. I love that part of this run. It personally is my favorite part of this entire run. Because no one else really has done it except one person back in 2016. And then, or theorized all the stuff. And the only other time was when, what's it called? I believe it was Mr. Went who did a catch-em-all TAS and needed 1,000,000 coins in order to get everything, and he had to manipulate the RNG. He didn't remember how to do it when I asked him, but he remembered the general basic of it, and Casual Poke Player, who I wish was here, explained it in detail, and I was able to figure it out very quickly. And now we are now 5 minutes and 48 seconds faster than the world record. We only save about 25 seconds from the world record. So I assume that it literally is just because of better mashing and better ranges, and maybe just not picking up the rare candy itself. Those would be the only thoughts I have on how exactly we quote unquote save that much time. I know it's a lot of mashing and like perfect text boxes and stuff, but it's still the fact that we don't gain as much time on it as originally expected. So here, I believe, Head Bob, if you can confirm that Yellow does pick up the elixir, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Oh, okay. So we might not gain that much time on the Misty split then. So then a lot of it is just ranges, and then just not having to deal with learning moves, if I remember correctly. Because I believe... No, you don't. Never mind. I don't know why. I don't know why how you save 25 seconds from all of that. Yeah. I probably lose a little bit of time on Misty, yeah. Let's see what happens. So here, we're at the very end. Actually, fun fact, it is faster to have her be in the front for us, because it's one more step at the very end of it. I did the math out for this. Pretty sure you level up here. If not here, then at the Goldine. Yep. Here, we get the Ether. The only Ether that we need. Also swag BC. What's this? Also, whenever I swag to the direction that I'm gonna have to go. So in technical terms, I'm also saving a frame by not having to turn, or a turn frame basically. So here we walk back because we can't escape rope out of the building. Unfortunate. Because, you know, leaving a building is so detrimental. Can't dig out of buildings anymore in this game. Exactly. Walk of shame. I do love these long sections because I actually had to click recording mode on the TAS program, or BizHawk, because otherwise it just is really slow, having to like hold left and scroll down just to get enough left clicks for maybe like 3 steps. So I just click recording mode and hold left click or hold down. Also, holding B on any text box at the center actually makes it a lot faster, and it appears a lot faster. Also, this is the only fight right now that we have no red bar. We don't get it from this Goldine because Goldine is slow. Here is a normal hit into supersonic fail into a confusion crit for kill. Since we are not in, since it wasn't yellow bar, we didn't lose any frames for that. All right. Let's see if RTA is faster than this. I think it might be a little bit, if anything. So here, we delay confusion a little bit. We get tackle miss into a confusion crit. Red ultra trainers. So we bide here. It hardens. We bide. We water gun to 38 HP. We wait a little bit. Bubble beam for exactly 37 damage. And we kill in one shot. And wow, we actually lost 8 seconds on, yeah. So you were right on Misty being, or RTA being faster than Misty on that section. That's fair. I think it's because we center afterwards, but maybe RTA does that too, but you were correct, Mr. Head Bob. And now we don't get much different than what the original had. Because we have red bar, this fight is faster now. Because originally we did not have red bar for this. And we had to get it from this fight. Also, Psychic type Pokemon in this game, up until we get Hyper Beam, are an absolute pain. So we had to get Tackle crits. Tackle crit, Tackle normal hit, Disable fail, into a Tackle crit. So it's a little bit hard. Wait till we get to the Slowpokes. The Slowpokes are an absolute nightmare of a Pokemon. Also, I just remembered, we get 3 Pokeballs for the sake of inventory. Because we keep the Pokeball in our inventory for a while. In here, in the previous version, we still did collect, we do collect the full restore. I forgot if we did or not. And I don't remember when we actually use it. We don't pick up the X special, we don't need it. Here, walk through the grass. Yeah, we talk to the lady. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. That's okay. Let's see, what do my notes say? So we're gonna lose a little bit of time on this section because the reroute of PP management forces us to change up some of our moves. We did save 194 frames while walking from Cerulean to Vermilion. So we did lose some time between this, like from here, from when we enter Vermilion until we enter Celadon. We're gonna lose time, but that is okay, because in the end we still save a significant amount of time. Yeah, entering Vermilion to entering Route 9, we lost 324 frames. And it's only because we had to change up the PowerPoints of everything, so. Also, that lady was really annoying when planning, if I remember correctly. Here, since we don't need to get Body Slam, which normally is an RTA, we do save some time. Did they not get Body Slam? Oh, never mind. I'm mistaken. And here... So in the original, we had, for the memes, Eevee hitting itself in confusion. But, because we don't need to, what were the... Let me see, what was the... Sorry, I'm opening up a document on my computer. Oh my gosh. Is it just... Yeah, it's just confusion, confusion, confusion into confusion, confusion for an actual guaranteed to a KO with crits. Or not guaranteed, but enough to beat it. Originally, because we were lower level, it required the confusion hit because we were just under range, but because of the extra levels, here we get cut, and then we have the longest cutscene in the game coming up. R2 does teach bubble zoom on the split. Okay. Well, in this menu, we're going to be teaching a few things, so it's fair. I think we're going to have the same time, roughly. Also, we don't have to go shopping, because we don't need super repels or repels and super potions, so we full restore up to full. Oh, that's it. We full restore right away. We go down, we go to HMO 1. We teach. Oh. So, good. I wish I had seen that earlier. Just lost like 100 frames there because I guess I delayed dig a little bit. Well, there's another 100 frames. Oh well. I mean, I'm not gonna go back to this for a very long time. Like at least 6 to 8 months, if I ever do. The only other reroute in this game would be to get rid of the idea of Hyper Beam. That'd be the only way, in theory, that you could manipulate your HP into doing it. So you fail Growl, we use Bide, we fail Growl again, because it's a 3 turn on this one. We get Mega Punch down to 36, and Mega Punch down to 1 HP. 2 HP, sorry. And we kill it. And we save 20 seconds. That's because we don't have to go shopping, I believe. I would assume. We do lose 100 frames, though, because I didn't realize that. So if that's my only delay in this entire run, so be it. Cut here, and we go listen to the guy who is really, really weird, and yeah. He's just weird. Because of Bide. It was the only, so I tried out the way of just using confusion and having it miss, and it was about, I believe it was like 2 or 3 turns slower because of PP management, and those turns were in the end it was a lot slower if we didn't just use bide and just brought ourselves back down to 2 HP. So let me see what my let me see what I had said to Kevin. Yeah, so it's on average, how long is it turning yellow with red bar? 6 to 6.5 seconds with flash animations. 4.5 seconds minimum. I saved 5 seconds with not healing using confusion times 4 in that fight. But if I'm losing 4.5 seconds per turn and losing 2 turns in total for the fights coming up in Rock Tunnel, thank you for the knowledge. Yep. Okay. Yeah, all good. No, I'm just making sure that, like, you understood. So I think this is where we lose all of our time save in comparison to the world record. Like, not this rock tunnel section, but it's the section after that is gonna be the insane part. So I'll explain that a little bit then, because I don't want to go into it right now. I'm upset by the fact that I delayed dig there by like 100 frames. We are going to lose some time in Rock Tunnel compared to World Record because they have Bubble Beam and Thunderbolt, so they're able to easily handle everything in Rock Tunnel, which is annoying, but oh well. Oh yeah, because this so funny enough, this Weedle actually took 2 confusions, but we crit it so that we would do enough damage that Tackle kills it because of power points. So we lose about how many frames? Let me look. So we lose just from from when we cut the tree to entering Celadon, we lose just 2 frames, but we still lose time because of difference in power points. So here we easily get through this Cubo. However, we also have to use Tackle here a little bit. We only have 4 confusions left. Pretty sure we Ether here. Yep. So we have to wait for a Tackle crit into Disable Fail, which took a little bit. And I believe this is a 5-shot, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is a 5-shot. This fight sucks. The next one's not any better either. And we don't need Cheater's Palette to find your way through this. Although, to be honest, I needed the map up at the time. Also, we use Ether here, which is at the first slot because we moved it up, I believe, at some point. And in this one, we use Confusion times 4 or 5 because it's faster. Yeah, it's times 4 because it just guarantees it. And from here, it's actually pretty easy. This fight is really sleeper heavy because, well, we don't need to worry about it. Hi, Gibraltar. How are you? Welcome to the stream. You're just in time for the fun section, the really, really resident sleeper section coming up soon. Oh. That's good. And now... and here, the Geodudes die in one shot. Both of them. We level up. Here, you tackle into a Gen 1 miss and kill it. Saves a lot of time. We've officially exited Rock Tunnel. We also pick up the Max Heather here. And it is faster to go through those rather than going up, down from them. So, and here we face the Gambler because it is faster than the other lady, who I did find out was not that fast compared. Biting Slowpoke. You would have to heal. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. Pardon me. That's an idea for the future, but for right now, I'm not going to be... no. Grappler can self-destruct at any point. We just manipulate it to self-destruct regardless. And also, we do not need to learn Gust. Yeah, we don't learn Gust. Yeah. So here, I need to explain this next part. So, long story short, when you enter the game corner dictates when you, what RNG you have for in the game corner itself. So, you're going to see a little bit of a delay when we enter the game corner itself, after we enter Celadon City. And that is because of RNG manipulation. So, there is a slot, each slot machine has a random, there's a random one that's picked when you enter that is chosen randomly. And is the lucky slot machine. It has a 5 out of 256 chance of getting Mode Super, which allows you to win 300 coins and 100 coins very easily, much more than others. And so, what we do is we go in, we delay this a little bit actually, and you're going to see slightest of delays in general. We find 10 coins, we don't need any more, and we go down, and you're going to enjoy this sound for quite a while. Enjoy your right ear for a little bit. So, fun fact, you are able to manipulate whether or not you keep this Mode Super or not, just by when you press the A button on the final third slot. Originally, I thought that you lost it all the time and you weren't able to keep it. However, I realized that you could easily manipulate it without any issues whatsoever. all in all, exiting the we saved a lot of frames just from this alone. Although we're going to be here for about another 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Sorry, 8 minutes roughly. So if anyone wants to go to the bathroom, get a drink, get some food, we've got another hour to go, but we're going to be here for like 8 minutes. And this is where all the time loss is. And we need 5,500 coins. But yeah, this was my favorite part of the run. Honestly, this was really boring to do. But at the same time, it was also really interesting trying to figure all this out on my own rather than like relying on someone else to do it for me. You're going to need to do this, but get 9,000. Oh my god. Gibraltar, honestly, you're going to have to message me when you get to that section because I can help you with it. It's really easy to do. Are you in yellow, red, or blue? If you're in blue, I don't know. I think I can still help you, yeah. Should be able to. All the RNG. Oh, you're in yellow. Okay. Yeah, I should easily be able to help you then. My Lua console will easily help you a lot. Or my Lua script will help you. The one that Casual Poke Player helped me make. So yeah, for now I'm going to be taking a general break from tassing for a bit, but any help that you need with yellow, I can gladly help because I understand it now enough to do it. And we're already up to 2,000 coins. Woo! Good thing I have my right ear off because I now don't hear any of the noises. So, for me, I just hear dun, 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 and that's it. Oh, okay. Also, there is a theory from Kevin that I could do this without what's it called? Without needing without Hyper Beam. And it's an idea. I would probably pick up Swift after entering Lavender Town or after exiting Pokeflute. I would probably pick up Swift and probably Takedown. Those would probably be my two moves for any normal types. And from there, I would have to figure out exactly the best strategies, but I think it wouldn't be that terrible. So, that's just another theory idea for in the very, very far future, because I'm not planning to come back to this for a very long time. It's just another fun idea. I would have to figure out all of the HP, and it would require a lot of planning just to be able to do this efficiently. It'd probably require Psychic, Psybeam, Gust, Takedown, Swift, and Mega Drain maybe, if needed. Because we don't have Hyper Beam, so it's probably going to be required at that point. Also, if you notice that we're losing all of our time save that we had, because this alone takes 9 minutes, quite literally the full, like, enter game corner is 190,300 frame, and exit game corner is 221. That's about 30,000 frames, which is a lot of time. But don't worry, we're almost there. As SpongeBob would say, we're halfway there, halfway there, halfway there. So how's everyone's day going? Hope everyone's good day off if you're at school. If you're not at school, hope you're just having a good day. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Gibraltar, are you in high school? Or are you in college? Oh, professor, then you definitely are in college. Yeah. Figured. No high schooler calls their teacher professor. We are officially behind the RTA run. All because of fucking Hyper Beam. But we're going to save a lot of time, I think, compared to world record. Although we're going to lose some time because they just X accuracy and horn drill and fissure. So also, I believe we only need two more, and then we're good. But we're doing a lot here. And the point of this is that we organize everything now. We don't have to do it for a little bit. Like, after this big menu coming up, we don't have to do anything for a very long time in terms of reorganizing our menu or anything. I spent a good 2 hours planning out the entire inventory so that it would work perfectly. Also, the delays on that were because of the fact that it allowed me to keep the lucky slot mode. And also, we officially have our coins, so we can leave. I walk in, 10 minutes later, I have nearly half the amount I can hold. Good job, self. I'm good at the game. And funny enough, this freaking guy over here was so irritating trying to get past. Here, believe we go shopping? We go shopping. Then we go to fly. Yeah, that's it. Here, we buy 2 takedowns for inventory purposes. We go up to 5. Oh, sorry, we go up to the roof. We buy a fresh wire. And accidentally, I bought an extra X speed when I didn't need one. Because I didn't realize in my notes that I didn't need one of these X speeds. So until the very end, I didn't realize this. Till yesterday. So we have 9 X speeds, but we only need 8. So that's another, in theory, way of saving an extra thing. Here, we buy a Poké Doll. We don't buy more than one. Here, we bike to fly, and we officially can finally say we get fly. This is probably our biggest, section. Now we're officially 3.5 minutes So here, we switch everything. We teach fly. We move items. So like here, we move the Pokédoll all the way up. We go back. We fly to Celadon. Then, even more stuff. We scroll all the way up to Bike. And because we have... So here, we go get Psychic, because we need Psychic. If we don't have Psychic, we lose the run. Psychic is so vital in this run. Here, we scroll down to there. We move X. We teach both Takedown and Psychic. So that we save time. I believe we also teach Hyper Beam, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Hyper Beams. Basically, we get a huge revamp to our entire moveset. We move X attacks up as well. We learn Psychic. We teach over Confusion. And when we get to the level, we'll learn, what's it called? Psybeam as well over Tackle. And that'll be basically our final moveset. And also, it is faster to walk here rather than biking. It's by about 30 to 40, like 0 to 30 frames faster. And also, this is one of the easiest fights in the entire game. If you can guess what we do, it's really, really easy. We use one of our brand new moves. We just use Hyper Beam on everything. Everything dies to Hyper Beam. Literally. Also, we're still going to be behind RTA, but that's okay. Also, we keep red bar for this section up until the heal pad, which the heal pad is slow. Skipping the heal pad is slower than using it. So it's just better just to have no red bar for a few fights. We center anyway after the tower, so we have full everything. And that we can just go straight to the next section. We level up to 29, and we have one of the most boring sections, because all we do is Psychic the Ghastlies here, and the Haunters. We also pick up both elixirs that are hidden in here, because we need them. We also pick up the candy in here too, but that's a little bit later. All right. So unfortunately, we do get a level up there, but that's okay. We only get, I believe, 1 or 2 more level ups in the entire rest of the run without red bar, so it'll be a lot quicker. Also in red and blue, this would be a lot slower, but because we're in yellow, it's a lot faster, this whole section. I'm going to count that as the Pokeflute section. So here, we go face Erica. In the... Let me look at it. Also, we sent her there because we need the PowerPoints. Let me see the order. Let's see. It's... So they go... Sabrina, Koga, Blaine. So that's their order. So they go Sabrina, Koga, Blaine. And I believe in there as well they do... They do... Sylph Rival as well. Fun fact, this PowerPoint PP up that we pick up is only useful for exactly one fight because we need to use Hyper Beam on everything in the champion fight. So now we also do all of the Safari Zone now for literally just for the purpose of having a full inventory. It is also a lot faster to not cut any trees here. It is just faster to go around because tree cutting in yellow is really slow. Also, if you want context, for the from entering Celadon to entering Lavender Tower, we saved 699 frames. And from entering Lavender Tower to exiting the Pokeflute house, we saved another 58 frames. And from when we exited the Pokeflute house to here, to the when we dig out of the Safari Zone, we'll save another 323 frames. So we save a lot of time just by optimizing the whole route and doing things in a different order. Basically, we cut out a lot of the inventory stuff here so that we would just focus on it in one section and get it all out of the way in one area. And it's worth it in the end because while we may lose some time, we gain time in the end because we don't have to worry about it too much. Also, we get the gold teeth here, and we get HMO3. Pretty sure we have enough inventory space. Also, going right and up is faster than going up and left. So we dig out, save some frames, and then we bike to Erica. So you're going to see the time save be very different for the next, like, up until Giovanni split. Because, like, so for the next, like, 20-ish minutes, it's going to be really wonky because we do different order than what RTA does. And fun fact, when I was redoing it, I thought that trainer below the cut tree there was required. So I started battling her and realized, wait a minute, what am I doing with this trainer? Who is this person? I've never seen this person in my life in terms of, like, the Pokemon they had. I'm very confused. But execute is really easy. It's a Hyper Beam crit. And I'm pretty sure Erica is even easier. You just click one button and you hope for the best. So here we don't have a, what's it called? Also, we have a Mistbind because it's one of the quickest moves for it. Also here we level up. After this, we will get Red Bar, but for this fight we could not, in theory, get it because there were no moves that were going to actually do relevant damage. They all had grass moves, and grass is quad resistant by Butterfree, so it was practically useless. Also here, we're going to save a lot of time compared to... Yep. So we just saved, in theory, 7 minutes, but we're going to lose a lot of that time too. We go back to Fuchsia. We go to the gym because now we need a Red Bar. Here, if I remember correctly, yep, we just go straight to the trainer. This whole Koga section actually took an extremely dumb amount of time because it required so much planning from each of the Pokemon and what moves to exactly click so that we would have... So we have Takedown there, into Takedown, all together for 20 damage. We level up here, which is fine. So we've had 3 level ups with without Red Bar, which is at this point fine. If it's the only time loss we have, that's fine. So we Hyper Beam crit that. Then let me see what we do here again. So we have Confusion hit us to 26 HP for a crit. We then crit kill down to 9 HP. We get Red Bar now. And we Hyper Beam kill. So now we officially have Red Bar. And we're at 9 specifically because I believe the Hypno requires Takedown, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check when we get there, but we'll get there when we get there. This section took the most math, excluding the Elite Four. Out of all of the sections, other than, let's say, the before first gym, this whole Koga section took way too much math to figure out. And it... Oh yeah, so we're at 12 HP now. And I'm pretty sure we take down to 2 HP. Poison Gas fails. Hyper Beam kills. Yep, for a crit. So, we now officially are at 2 HP for a significant amount of time. And we face Koga. And I'll tell you right now, this whole section is really easy. And also, we need to learn Psybeam now. So we officially have Psybeam. We actually get double jingle technically because of that. Fail Toxic into Psychic Crit. And Fail Toxic into Psychic Crit. We lose some time on RTA here, but that's okay. Alright, so now we, personally, face Blaine here. We also have a full inventory, so we don't pick up Toxic here. So here, and then I believe we go to the Warden. Yep. We give the gold teeth to the Warden, he gives us strength. I don't know if we pick up the candy here. I don't remember. We do. So here, we elixir Butterfree. We go down. We teach Surf. We teach it to Squirtle. And we teach Strength. Same thing. And here, we actually teach it in the first slot so that it is actually going to be faster to click that than the Surf one. Because we use Strength more than Surf. We also toss the Pokeball, we go up, we use Strength. This allows us to pick up, when we go to the mansion, we are allowed to pick up the secret key now, because we have one less than a full inventory. We have 19 out of 20. And then we're going to have 20 out of 20 for Blaine, which allows us to avoid the, what's it called? Sorry. Allows us to avoid his TM. We are actually getting close to the end. We have about half hour left, which is really cool. And so we just do this puzzle normally. Like, there's nothing different about it. Also, we swag click every single one of these switches because we can. We lose 2 frames every time, but it's worth it. Also, we swag to the direction that we need to walk next, so it's worth it in the end because we don't lose a frame from having to turn again, but still really fun to do. We pick up both candies here. Because we need all of them. And then, pick up the secret key. We now have a full inventory. We dig out. And we're going to fly to Cinnabar Island to face Blaine. And here, Swag PC, everything. Because it's fun. Also, in this game, they really updated the all the boxes so they don't have to have that beginning text. Except for the very first one. Also, Caterpie does evolve into Butterfree, but not directly. So that question, by technicality, is wrong. Caterpie does evolve into Butterfree, but not... It should be Caterpie evolves into Metapod. And Poliwag does not evolve 3 times, because nothing evolves 3 times. So this fight actually was really annoying before, and now it's not horrible. Originally, we needed 5 X specials, and now in this one, we only need 4. So basically, we have it fail Tail Whip a bunch while we do this. Which, the Tail Whip fails are actually really hard to find sometimes. Were hard to find sometimes. Oh, and also X speed. Because we don't outspeed anything at this point. Also, a special fall is needed in order to kill this thing in 2 shots. And that's even with +4. So, yeah. We have it miss Fire Spin. We hit it down, miss Takedown, and then we hit... And also this requires a special drop as well. Miss a takedown. We kill it. Yep. And that's it. We lost some time on RTA, but that's okay. And now, if I remember correctly, we dig and bike 2. Oh, sorry, we candy 3 times. While also keeping... Oh, is it 4 times? It's 4 times. My bad. And this is because of the Silphco rival fight. Now, fun fact. This fight, actually, I spent a couple weeks on the last month or so. I spent a few weeks on the Silphco rival fight. Because in my original, I had 2 X attacks and 1 X speed. And in my improved version, I had just 2 X attacks because I realized I outsped everything. And in my lack of hindsight, basically, I was looking for a turn 3 Gen 1 miss. I had already found 2 for my X attacks, and I was looking for 1 with my X speed. But I also just said that I don't need that X speed turn. So until yesterday, when I finally found the Gen 1 miss, and then looked back at my notes and realized, oh crap, I don't need this X speed. So I went back, made an attacking turn on the Sandslash, and what do you know? I find a Gen 1 miss in a minute. Literally a minute I find the Gen 1 miss I need. So yeah, I'm a little upset. Long story short, the Silphco rival fight has good AI. Sandslash has Poison Sting, which is only is super effective against Butterfree. It has nothing else that will hit, because nothing else is super effective against it. So, it will only use Poison Sting, which is 100% accurate, excluding the Gen 1 miss. Gen 1 miss mechanic. Oh, not really mechanic. Oversight. And so, in the very original, I had like 5 Gen 1 misses needed in order to make the fight actually bearable. But in this newest version, I only need 3. 2 X attack setup, and then I use Psychic times 2 on the Sandslash. So here, you're going to see it be a little bit weird, but that's okay. So enjoy the Gen 1. Oh, sorry, we have it hit us once to 7 HP. We wait a little bit. Gen 1 miss. We use Psybeam to crit down to the yellow HP. It misses, and we use Psybeam again. That's right, because of power points. We use Psybeam right away. And we then use Hyper Beam. And the rest of this fight is really easy to do. Even the Vaporeon, who only has Aurora Beam, will only use Aurora Beam. Alright, now my room is warm. I'm going to take off my sweatshirt in a minute. And here, we have to find a Gen 1 miss into Hyper Beam kill. So, yeah. That's that fight. The Rocket fight and Giovanni fight are actually really easy. So, give me 1 second. And if you want some context, when we beat Erica and Koga from when we dug out, we saved 292 frames in that section. And from beating Koga to beating Blaine, we saved another 105 frames. But beating Blaine until we beat Sabrina, which includes the Silph rival fight, we lost 368 frames, which is fine, honestly. And then we lost some more frames in Sabrina, but I'll talk about that. Also, we're not going to split for a little bit because we still have to do the Giovanni fight and then go to Sabrina. We'll talk about Sabrina in a little bit. And at this point, we're going to slowly start to lose time because the RTA time uses Horn Drill and then eventually Fissure too. So it's able to one-shot everything while we have to set up moves and we don't learn any 1-KO moves. Also, this required... Actually, no, it didn't require anything. That's right. Hi, bud. You want to come join me? No? Okay. Also, if you want a time frame, from when I beat the Silph rival until the end of the run, I did that all yesterday. From about like 3 or 4 in the afternoon until like 2 a.m. last night. Because the Silph rival fight straight up took me longer to do than anything else in the run. Because I already knew how to do everything else. And here, we bike to Sabrina. So, in this fight, I realized afterwards that we would be out of red bar if we stayed at our current HP by the point of the Viridian rival fight, and we have no other way of getting hit. So, what I did was, I set up on the Abra, who just knows Flash, used Hyper Beam, and I actually wasted a turn by technicality just to have Psywave hit us down to 1 HP so that we would stay below red bar for the entire rest of the run. We only need to get hit by ourselves for the rest of the run. We do not need to get hit by any enemy at all. So from here on out, no move will hit us, except our own. Oh. So we lost some time there, but that's okay. One second, I'm just trying to send a message. Okay. So, also, these fights are really easy. We don't need to do much. Like, you don't need much thought for these fights. So we do lose a little bit of time on each of these. Yeah, so we lose some frames for the rest of the run, but we save a lot of frames when we enter Victory Road. It's because we do different menus at different points. So in the end, we save time because we aren't using the elixir right after the rival fight, and we aren't using it in Victory Road, which in turn saves time, as well as not picking up the full restore in there. So, here, in theory, Mimic is faster for this fight, because we Mimic Fissure, we kill everything. But, Mimic requires a Pokédoll, which I didn't get, and all in all, I believe it would only save 200 frames, and also what would we get rid of in exchange for it? At best, you would get rid of Takedown, reteach Takedown later on, but that would also lose time. The other theory idea is to teach Mimic for this fight, but I don't think it's worth it. Also, Persian sucks. It's annoying. We have a Rock Slide miss, by the way, because it was the only move that could actually miss from it. And it was the only move that I was going to use. All right. So, very few sections left. And we're probably going to keep this consistent time loss for the rest of the run. Also, this Viridian rival fight originally required like 5 Gen 1 misses or something. We don't need that because we're just going to kill it. We're going to set up on something else because we don't like the Sand Slash at all. Sand Slash is the bane of my existence. We crit, wait a while, Gen 1 miss. You could probably find a lot faster one there, but I don't want to. I really just don't. Also, we set up on the execute, it just uses poison powder. That's it. And of course, we just hyper beam it because it's just dead. Hyper beam dead. And here, we Psychic crit, have it use Mist into a Hyper Beam kill. Hyper Beam does not kill even at like +2 or +3, which sucks. So. And we are officially at another kind of boring part, but it's the penultimate part of the run. We're almost there, boys. Also, we elixir here because it is just easier to use it here when we're already going to be on this menu. You could use it at any other point when we go onto the bike or another menu, but I felt that using it right now was just more optimal. We use Surf. We get the Max Ether. It's the only one that we need otherwise. Also, some of the movement looks a little weird. It's because of encounters and all that stuff. So we have to delay movement slightly. And this whole section is just not interesting. Fun fact, if you only have your left headphone in, you can only hear the strength boulder. You don't hear any music. Oh, a little bit. My bad. You can hear the but then that's all you hear. We're almost there. In these long sections of left clicks, I had to, or like left, holding left, I went into the recording mode of this again and just held it. So like this section coming up here, right here, I just held left click, or held left for a good like 30 seconds there. Right about here. Yep. And I just held it. You don't need to do any other thinking. Seeing the whole TAS is really cool. I'm really happy I'm done with this. Took way too long to improve this, and the improvement is significant in so many ways. Here, that was the slowest lag click or lag push because just the whole section is slow. Here, exit Victory Road. We saved actually quite a few frames in that section. Let me find out the exact amount. Entering Victory Road to exiting Victory Road, we saved 456 frames. In between now and being Lorelei, we lost 11 frames. So we're saving some frames. And so, to explain a little bit, in the next sections, we don't need to menu as much. We only menu, I believe, 3 times. Let me see. We only menu twice. We menu after Bruno, and we menu after Lance. That's it. That's all we need. So in terms of saving time, it's actually not that bad. Also, manipulating rest there is actually a little bit difficult. It wasn't being that cooperative when it came to rest. Also, we use all of our X specials here. We X speed. We psychic. And fun fact. Well, sorry, we get a Gen 1 Miss Aurora Beam there. Because I found that faster than the rest, but it failed. So, fun little extra there. Just because why not, you know? And this Slowbro does not die to two psychics without a special drop. Sorry, doesn't die to 3 without a special drop. Or, no, I'm thinking of something else. This whole Lorelei fight is really irritating. Sorry, I've got hiccups a little bit. We have a blizzard miss, which took quite a bit to find. And then we're done. And we lost some more time because it's not one-shots, so it's a little bit harder to save time on these sections. But for us, we save time on Bruno because we don't heal, or we don't elixir, or max ether. So we save 247 frames just by beating Bruno in this version. In Agatha's section, we save 75 frames just by having a faster fight. And here, Sidebeam is actually really beneficial because we actually kill the Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, and Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee with Sidebeam over Psychic, which is saving some power points. So it really did come in handy to have Sidebeam over anything else, because Tackle was useless. We never used it. Also, using Sidebeam on these was also a guaranteed crit. The only thing that needed Psychic was Machamp, I believe. Yep, that's it. And we have 1 left. That's it. So now we would then max Ether here. Oh, sorry. We did save time on the compared to RTA. And I think we're going to save a lot of time on Agatha compared to RTA. We do save 75 frames in here, and it's actually a really cool little strategy here. So we cannot get hit whatsoever, because the Mega Drain that Gengar uses does 4 damage, and 4 damage is too much for what we need for takedown at this HP. So we actually have to X speed into Confuse Ray. We have to get the Confusion, or we would have to Gen 1 miss it, into Psychic, Confuse Ray fail, Confuse no more, Psychic kill. That is, in theory, the fastest way, other than a Gen 1 miss Confuse Ray, turn 1. But then you would have to get another 2 just to be able to get through the fight efficiently. Did I just Gen 1 miss something? I think I did. I just forget. And we do save 20 seconds on RTA time. I think Lance might be where we lose some time, though. Because Lance is a pain for Butterfree. It's not that easy of a fight to figure out. But in this version of it, originally we had full HP at the start of it, but now that we're on red bar permanently for the rest of the run, we saved 746 frames in this version of it. Hydro Pump miss. Hydro Pump miss. Hydro Pump miss. Hydro Pump miss. Leer fail. It was faster to find a Hydro Pump miss than a Leer fail. Takedown crit to make sure that we don't die into Hyper Beam. Dragonair's just dead. Same with the other one. Then, Aerodactyl. This is funny. Psychic. Special Fall into Wing Attack, Gen 1 miss, into kill. We don't need the special drop, but it was taking way too long to find the Gen 1 miss that I just found the special drop and found it immediately. Takedown crits to 3 HP. Fire Blast miss into Hyper Beam death. Yeah, this whole section was nuts. And we actually don't lose any time compared to RTA, really. But I think this is where, in comparison, we lose time. So here we elixir. We're done. That's it. That's all we need to do. And also, epilepsy warning, if you're epileptic in any way, I would highly, highly look away from the screen or minimize it anyway. Just listen to me. Hyper Beam is a very scary, and also Psychic. Psychic and Hyper Beam are like straight up strobe lights in this game. Also, crit into Gen 1 miss again for Poison Sting, because, you know, we'd rather set up on anything else. Sandslash sucks, by the way. I hated the Pokemon. Pick him burn in hell. We set up here, recover. It's just going to recover fail the whole time. Also, as you can see, we bought 1 extra X speed, but that's okay. We don't need it. No, it didn't. It's really bad. Like, look at this Hyper Beam. It's straight up actually, like, it's not horrible, but it's pretty rough on the eyes, even for me. And we use it many times. Also, we have to Psybeam to confuse Executor to hit itself into Hyper Beam range. This was the only way we would win this fight, because Takedown would kill us unless we healed. But healing takes time. Executor is probably my favorite part of this little extra. Like, at the very end of this run, I was like, hey, let's just have Psybeam confuse. Why not, right? And lastly, Vaporeon does not die to Hyper Beam only. Psychic is needed. A crit into a Mist, which is useless, into Hyper Beam Death to end the run. And this is where I lose all my time save, because also this timer is compared to the RTA time, not the TAS timing. TAS timing is officially noted as 1 hour, 56 minutes, 31 seconds. An improvement from the previous TAS from 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 45 seconds. An improvement by 2 minutes and 14 seconds. So, if this was an RTA run, I will time the splits to exactly where I'd be ending the run. And a 1:53 in-game time. It'd be a 1:56.22. So, honestly, not bad for an RTA run. I wonder if I could submit this to SRC. I wonder. But that's the run. I am tired of this task. It took an extensive amount of work, and I want to say thank you to Kevin, or TI Kevin 83, or Travis, casual Poke player. Who else? Switch, Mr. 2, Snorms, Concer, all of them, for just listening to me vent and brag about this task and saving me sanity while I worked on it. But anyways, I am going to be done. I'm going to end this recording because this is for YouTube. Hi, YouTube.